These are the UK's air ambulances.
Had a 17-year-old been hit by a car and is unconscious.
Elite teams taking to the skies at speeds of 190 miles per hour.
Aircraft at Anglia 1 listing.
Got an ETA of 9 minutes.
Specialist pilots, paramedics and doctors
Jack, we're just putting you off to sleep now, OK, buddy?
bring A&E to the roadside
He's got a partial amputation of his forearm.
and countryside.
Life can change in an instant.
Every day is completely unique.
With exclusive access.
No.
Our cameras follow 5 teams across the UK.
As we arrive on scene, there's always a little bit of adrenaline.
When you've got severe traumatic injuries, every minute counts.
Racing against the clock.
You must go sideways, do not go forward.
Bringing cutting-edge equipment
Can I have some suction, please?
and surgical skills
Tubes through the cords.
to the most critically ill patients.
Don't leave me, darling.
We're taking over his breathing for him.
You can genuinely make a difference.
I have to pinch myself sometimes that my office is a helicopter.
There is no catering today, but there is witty banter and drugs to keep you comfortable.
Oh, that's service with a smile.
East Anglian Air Ambulance serves a population of nearly 3 million people in the southeast of England. Anglia 1 is the call sign for its H145 helicopter based in Norwich. Between here and the charity's other base in Cambridge, they respond to nearly 3,000 incidents each year. Today's medical team are Dr. Christopher Chadwick and critical care paramedic Paige Chamberlain.
That's what I'm looking forward to, a day full of laughter.
Like all air ambulance crew, they've undergone rigorous training to provide them with the advanced clinical skills required to bring hospital-level care to the roadside and the community.
As an air ambulance doctor, we work within a very specialist team. We have the best equipment, and that allows us to bring the very best care to the patients at their very worst moment.
Well, it looks like a nice day today.
Half term, so it's just a little bit busier out and about.
It's nice to see, people out having fun again.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're really blessed in this part of the country that it's absolutely stunning. People come here to visit, to relax, to spend time with friends and family. Holiday times are always busier where people are out and about.
Hello, Norwich. Tango Golf 359, Norfolk Broads. No probs. Cheers, bye-bye. Cool, so we're going to a little island in the Broads somewhere for a 51-year-old female with an open fracture of the ankle. Coast Guard sending a boat.
Okay. Okay.
You happy? I'm happy, yes.
Aircraft at Anglia 1 listing.
The incident is in an area known as the Norfolk Broads, nearly 120 square miles of sea-level rivers and man-made lakes. Over 7 million tourists visit the area each year.
Right, so quite a short flight, OK? Yeah. Just bear that in mind, we've only got 5 minutes to run, OK?
I can see the ambulance just
Yep, seen.
on the road down there.
Although an ambulance is nearby, because the patient is on an island only accessible by boat or helicopter, Anglia 1 will be first on scene.
Boat's on the right, stable. Yeah, OK. All right, is the tail all right, guys, at the back there?
It's in that gap, yeah.
Yeah, looks clear. Great work. Well done, mate. Okay, that leave it down.
Aircraft
Leave it down.
Anglia 1.
Okay, mate.
Echo Alpha, Anglia 1 with patient, over. Hi there. My name's Chris. This is Paige.
The patient, Caroline, was on a boating holiday when the accident happened.
Trying to moor the boat and I jumped off at the wrong point.
Okay.
And I felt my ankle just
And then I looked and I saw it.
Which ankle? Your right ankle. Okay. Are you allergic to anything? Do you take any regular medication? Just have a feel of your pulse. Okay. Fine. So let's keep you wrapped up. It is chilly in the wind.
Yeah.
All right.
I think our first customer of the year with this injury. It's unbelievably common.
You know what? We were watching 24 hours a day A&E last night and someone had done it.
Right.
An open fracture dislocation is a very painful, serious injury. The risk of complication is high because the bone's outside the skin.
So, what we're going to do, we're going to give you a whistle to breathe in. It's a powerful pain-killing gas, which will allow us to have a look at your ankle, work out what we're going to do with it. All right? It might make you feel a bit strange, lightheaded. That's normal. It will definitely help with the pain.
I'm not going to throw up now.
No. People rarely complain of feeling sick with it. If you really don't like it, you can just take it out of your mouth and breathe normally. All right? Okay.
The green whistle is Penthrox, which contains methoxyflurane, an inhalation anaesthetic, which will give Caroline some control over her own pain relief.
Right, what I need you to do is put your lips around this part of the whistle and take big deep breaths in and out through the whistle, okay? Don't take it out of your mouth.
Caroline has not only had an awkward fall, but she's also lying in an awkward position.
Right, let's just all be cautious. We're next to the water's edge, so none of us need to go for a swim.
The water can be up to 4 meters deep here, so the crew must be careful not to overstep.
So I'm just going to have a look at your hand. We'll pop a cannula in. Yeah, enjoy it. You just breathe away on that, my lovely. Don't worry.
Wasting your time.
Not at all. No, this is exactly why we're here.
Caroline's husband, Gary, and dog Luna are watching anxiously.
She can see you. She's just behind you. She's taking it all in. She is just coming up to your head now. Little scratch coming in your hand now. Here we go. Well done. How's your pain on that whistle? Helping? Good.
With a cannula in, Chris can now give intravenous painkillers.
I'm going to give you a really strong painkiller called fentanyl. All right?
I don't want those ducks getting out.
They're going to get you.
They're being nosy at the minute.
Okay. So this will take the edge off the pain. It might not make you pain-free straight away, but it's not on ration. I can give you more.
Being in pain is a horrible thing for a patient. We can deliver some really strong, advanced pain relief very quickly. We can make our patients feel better. That's a real gift.
Okay, so 100 of fentanyl given. Could you just keep an eye so we don't get distracted and go closer to the water?
Pilot Toby is drafted in to help with waterside safety.
If you could just keep a line beyond the patient, just shout if we cross that. Thank you.
No. No? We do this quite a lot throughout the summer.
I've got my good knickers on. Don't think about that when you wake up on the morning.
That's true, yeah.
Land ambulance crew arrive on scene.
Hi. Our plan is to give her a sedation, pull this straight, put it in a cast.
Chris decides Caroline must be moved away from the water's edge before the sedation and realignment of her ankle can begin.
So we've got people watching our backs, so that's good.
Caroline, I'm really gently going to support your leg up, okay? And then we're going to roll towards your left-hand side so we can scoop this under, but we're not going to move you much at all, okay? Just very minimal amounts. Really breathe on that, okay? Big, deep breaths, get some good few lungfuls of that in. Right, and now we just want to come this way.
We're going on top of the floor blanket.
On lift, 1, 2, 3, lift. Cool, and just
walk slowly backwards. You can walk on it, it's fine. Super. Well done.
Well done, Caroline.
I'm going to give you a really strong painkiller, which will just zonk you out a little bit. It's called ketamine. It'll give you some really vivid thoughts, okay? We'll explain everything when it's going to happen, all right?
I'm not getting my Indian takeaway.
It's always better the next day anyway. Naan or rice?
Broken ankle bones can disrupt vital blood supplies to the foot, and open wounds are vulnerable to infection. So it's vital Caroline's ankle is pulled into a more anatomically correct position and covered up as soon as possible. But she will need sedation before such a painful procedure can go ahead.
You shouldn't remember a thing about it. Right, man, look now. You think about that rice and naan. And chips, why not? You're on holiday.
Ketamine is not carried by regular ambulances. It can only be administered by doctors or specialist paramedics.
40. So your thoughts will get really vivid now, okay? Everything's fine, you're in really good hands. Ketamine's one of the really strong painkillers that we carry. It can dissociate the patients, they can have very vivid thoughts, and for a small percentage of patients, that can be quite distressing. Keeping them calm, talking to them, reassuring them, reduces the chance of that happening. Caroline, everything's fine, ob's stable, SAT's 100%, decent blood pressure. All right? There we go. Yes, please.
On an island in the Norfolk Broads, Dr. Christopher Chadwick and paramedic Paige Chamberlain from East Anglian Air Ambulance have just sedated holidaymaker Caroline before realigning her badly broken ankle.
It's gone in nicely.
Yeah, look nice. Well done. Everything's fine. We're just putting the plaster on your leg. You'll feel the bandage going on and it'll feel nice and warm. Okay? Another 10 of Cat.
We're nearly done, nearly done.
Well done, Caroline. You're perfectly safe.
Paige checks Caroline's pedal pulse to make sure there is still a good blood supply to her foot.
Looks pink from here.
Yeah, there is.
Okay, numbers all good?
Yeah, we have a pedal pulse.
Super.
With Caroline's foot and ankle now stabilised, the team, including crew from the Coast Guard and Hemsby lifeboat, can move her onto the helicopter for the journey to hospital.
If possible.
There's some willing volunteers, lovely.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, lift. Just walk her up, that's brilliant.
Thank you.
Very good. That's it, that's perfect.
So we're just securing you in our big sleeping bag, Caroline, okay?
I'll just walk her across the back of those.
Smile that stretch it.
Yeah, tidy it nice and smoothly. Keep going nice and smooth. Yeah, perfect. Right, can you get the bridge, Toby? Yep. Guys, that's fantastic. Thank you all very much for your help. Right.
Do you want to speak to him before we go? Would that help? Yeah, of course.
Hi, Gary. Caroline just wanted to say bye.
Just be careful on the skids, they're slippery.
Yeah. See you.
hurt yourself. Love
See you soon. Love you too.
We're going to look after
See you
her.
soon. Thank you.
All right. All the best, Gary. See you later.
Okay, you're ready to go. Roger. Screw in the back, please. Screw it right. Screw front left. Lifting.
As doctors and paramedics, we're really proud that we can have a very privileged relationship with our patient. Showing a human touch and connection is really important. They need to know they're in good hands. Humour is one way to do that.
Welcome aboard this East Anglian flight to Norfolk and Norwich University Hospitals. There is no catering today, but there is witty banter and plenty of drugs to keep you comfortable. Can we do better on your pain? You want some more painkillers, Caroline? Yes, okay, coming up. Another 50 of fentanyl.
Company standing, guys, can you confirm you're all strapped in?
All strapped in.
Okay.
Okay, 60 knots, 500 feet. Mode's disengaged.
Okay.
It takes just 9 minutes to reach the hospital.
Okay, it's looking nice. Pretty apparent hand.
Landing on.
Okay.
MMR's good. Levers down.
Okay, that's locked for you.
Locked.
Aircraft for Anglia 1 on the ground at the NNN, over.
Before we move you, how is your pain? Manageable. Feel a bit of wind on your face now.
Okay.
Good Norwich air for you. Thanks, gents.
When we take Caroline into the emergency department, she'll be met by the emergency medicine specialists. We anticipate she'll undergo x-rays, probably scans, ahead of having operations to fix her really nasty ankle injury.
There we are.
RAF Benson in South Oxfordshire is the home to Helimed 24 of Thames Valley Air Ambulance. Founded in 1999, the charity has a pool of 31 specialist doctors and paramedics able to deliver hospital-level care direct at the scene of an emergency.
Day to day, there is still this sort of cold front that sat over the country.
Today's crew are critical care paramedic Matt Jarman, Dr. Chris Beng, and pilot Graham Spence.
We're looking generally 20 case vis, nil weather, and then isolated or occasional on the front, vis reducing 7k in rain or moderate showers of rain.
Before we go over details.
Sierra Papa 295098.
Sierra Papa 295098.
Affirmative, this is a car versus lorry, and there's one lady worried about she's got a big head injury, seems confused, and that's two.
Yeah, I'll receive, thank you.
The incident is on the A40 near Whitney, 24 miles northwest of base.
Anyway, 24 Alpha, taxi Eastern Grove, subsequent 250, 8 knots.
With an average of 150,000 people injured each year on Britain's roads, RTCs, or road traffic collisions, are one of the most common call-outs for the country's air ambulances.
2 minutes. There are quite a lot of accidents on this road. I've been over here before. Yeah, right, yeah, this A40, yeah. Yeah.
The opposite carriageway is still open, which limits landing options.
Both carriageways are closed, then it's safe for the helicopter to land on the road. If they're open, then there's a risk, obviously, to both the helicopter landing and the cars coming the other way because of the downdraft of the helicopter.
Imagine how free on this field. There'll be a gate almost on the nose there. There's a gap in the trees. Unless there's a big ditch is the only thing I'm worried about. Yeah.
The best chance, isn't it?
Yeah, no, you should be able to get through there, all right? Yeah, looks like it.
Cool.
Okay. Okay. Lovely, cheers.
We've got female in the Audi, lies that swelling to the head. I've got a second vehicle which has just been located down the road in a ditch.
Initially reported as car v lorry, the discovery of another vehicle in a ditch means this is now a multi-car RTC.
Other ambulances on scene yet?
And HeliMed 24 are the only medics on scene.
When we see cars so damaged, we never know how injured a patient's going to be. We always expect the worst, but hope for the best.
It's Lara, she's 36 years old, she has no memory of what happened.
Lara was driving home with her children when the accident happened.
The collision's to the rear of this stationary cab. Okay. Her two kids are over there. In terms of Lara, she has a large bump on her head.
Hello there, my name's Chris. Have you got any pain anywhere at the moment? No. We're going to leave you with these guys for a moment, but we'll be back to look after you, okay? You could ask her to step out with some support, I think.
Yes.
Satisfied she has no life-threatening injuries, Chris and Matt are keen to get eyes on the second casualty. The other driver is trapped in his vehicle.
Just the one guy in there?
It's just one guy, yeah, his name's Josh.
My plan is just to stabilise this side of the vehicle, manage the glass, and then we'll open up that passenger door, and we'll go from there.
Okay, I'll let you carry on. If you're happy, he's talking to you and he says he's all right, then...
Yeah, no worries.
Okay. Right.
On a scene like this one, it can be quite hectic. It's essential that we work closely with the other emergency services so that we can get the patients out of the vehicles and assessed in the safest and quickest possible way.
Lara was able to walk to another car where her children are being looked after by motorists who stopped to help.
All right.
I just can't remember what happened.
Yeah, don't worry. That's what happens in these situations, okay? The main thing is you're okay. Kids are all right, okay?
Yeah.
They were in the back. They were restrained, were they?
Yeah, they were both
in
strapped
seats.
into their car seats.
Excellent,
Yeah.
cool. Good, good.
Lara has a large hematoma or bruise to her forehead and has no memory of how the accident happened.
What's the last thing you remember? Just...
I can't remember. I was driving home. Are we in between?
yeah, Burford and Whitney, yeah. Well, we're right in the middle.
Okay, so I passed my junction.
Oh, did
Where
you?
did I pass it?
Right, so you've missed your turn off.
I can't remember this.
When Laura told Matt that she'd missed her turn-off, it made us worried that she'd forgotten what had happened. This could be for a number of reasons, either that she'd had a medical event prior to the accident or that she'd suffered a significant head injury as a result of the accident.
Fire crew with hydraulic cutting and spreading tools worked to free the trapped motorist from his vehicle.
It's all the way, check the stab.
Are you okay to it?
Can I have your arm? So all I'm going to do is do your blood pressure. You're very smiley, aren't you?
Yeah, because I'm a smiley boy. He's so happy.
Miraculously, driver Josh is able to climb out of his car and walk to a waiting ambulance vehicle.
All right. So you remembered everything that's happened?
As far as I know, yeah.
Okay, and you've got a bit of pain in your chest, but otherwise you seem absolutely fine.
From the airbag or something.
Okay, all right. Otherwise, normally fit and well?
Normally, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, as I've sat down, my neck's just gone a bit tight.
Yeah.
After a thorough checkup,
Deep breath in and out for me. Any pain in your chest at all? Good. All right.
Chris is happy to discharge Josh with no further treatment required.
If at any point you do start feeling unwell, then you should probably go and get checked out again. Your back and your neck will be stiff tomorrow, all right, when you wake up, all right. But I'm happy that there's nothing in terms of a bony injury.
I think Josh was incredibly lucky on that day with his car having sustained so much damage that he was able to walk away without any injuries. It was quite incredible.
With Josh discharged, the team can finish Laura's observations.
You can straighten your legs.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all good. Okay, good.
Toes.
Good. Yeah, all right, that's good.
Fine. I
Excellent.
don't think there is any.
So no, but what we are concerned, you've got quite a lump on your head.
Yeah, I
so
feel it.
yeah.
Painful.
So we will be taking you to hospital just to have probably a head scan.
Okay.
You missed your turn off,
Yeah.
and you can't remember what happened. You're definitely going home, right? You weren't going anywhere else.
Well, yeah, I think because Killian hasn't slept well at all today, and I was trying to keep him sleeping until Perforan back.
So do you think you missed it on purpose just because he was sleeping? You were just, okay, that's fine.
Memory loss after a head injury is incredibly concerning, and the fact that Lara was able to remember what had happened as time went on was very reassuring to us.
An ambulance has arrived on scene.
Blood pressure's been fine, SATs are fine. She's moving her arms, she's moving her legs. The only thing we're concerned about is the bump on the head, really, so...
Why don't we get you on the ambulance and then we can just finish doing all the checks that these guys have done already, and then we can go from there, Lara. Does that sound okay? Just watch your head on...
Yeah.
Should we have a little wander to the ambulance, Lara, if that's okay?
Lara and her children will travel by ambulance to the John Radcliffe Hospital in Oxford. She will be scanned to provide the doctors there with an accurate view of the extent of her head injury. Matt and Chris are now back online, able to respond to the next emergency.
We have handed over our patient to the ambulance crew, so we just got to climb back over the fence, get back into the field to the aircraft, but we're essentially clear and available.
I think it's amazing that both Lara and Josh walked away with so few injuries from such a high-impact accident. Their cars were completely written off, and yet they were able to go home relatively uninjured.
Kids are lucky, they are.
Yeah.
Could have been very different, couldn't it?
Landing lights. Landing lights are on.
Helimed 55 from Essex and Herts Air Ambulance is heading back to base after being stood down from an incident in Rayleigh.
Incredibly windy, so it's what, northerly? Yeah, I'll get a wind check. Yeah, it was northerly between 20 and 30 knots.
Before they reach their base at North Weald in Epping, another job comes in.
Echo Alpha Helimed 55, go ahead.
Helimed 55, thank you. Can you start heading towards Tring, please? Details when you're ready.
Go ahead.
Green is Sierra Papa. 905. 24-year-old female, fallen off the horse. Pelvic injury.
55, that's all received.
Pilots Ollie David and Lee Burling immediately plot a new course to Tring, 57 miles northwest of their current location.
Right, bearing 283, distance of 4180. Guys right in the back? All good in the back.
Today's medics are Dr. Rachel Harding and critical care paramedic Ben Finbow.
We'll talk about going from one end of our area to another. Mad, isn't it?
Far apart as you can get. Being an air ambulance obviously means we can cover much greater distances much faster, so we can quite often get sent from one job to another job miles and miles apart.
1 minute to run, guys.
Thank you.
In remote areas, we can be first on scene because of the speed of the helicopter.
Someone waiting in the menage at 3 o'clock. That's what the time is on.
Well, we'll go to the big field next to it then.
Yeah, Greenfield, no horses soon.
Yeah, we'll use the road as a run-in. It's nice and flat, slight down slope, but shouldn't be an issue.
Echo Alpha, Helimed 55, overhead scene.
An estimated 3 million people ride horses in the UK. And with the average horse weighing at least 300 kilos, accidents can be serious.
I've seen lots of serious injuries in horse riders, so particularly head injuries, spinal injuries, and also, especially if the horse has rolled over the patient, they can have quite nasty abdominal and pelvic injuries as well.
150 feet.
Okay, looking good, forward and left.
100.
Coming over the fence in 3, 2, 1. You're now clear the fence, all clear forward and left. You can descend down and
Just go right to where the gate is, pretty much. Right, a little bit of slope left to right, a little bit of down slope. And we're down.
Brakes on. Cheers, guys.
We get to unstrap.
Yes, go for it.
Able to fly 190 miles per hour, it's taken Helimed 55 just 20 minutes to arrive first on scene.
Hello. How are you doing?
We're fine, we're all right.
The patient is 24-year-old horse rider, Ella.
Hello, Ella. My name's Rachel. I'm one of the doctors, and this is Ben.
Ben, nice to meet you both.
Hello, you're waving. It's a good start. Right. Can you tell me what's happened?
I was jumping like here.
Yeah.
And landed literally flat, like my pelvis and my lower back literally like hit like straight on the floor like that.
So you landed in the position you're in, or on your back?
On my back, but I then rolled around in pain.
Fine. So you landed on your back, heavily on your kind of bum and your lower back. Yeah. Horse go over you or not?
She like trampled me, but I don't think she
didn't roll over you or anything.
No, I think she was trying to get out of the way.
Ella tells us that she's fallen off horses multiple times before, so the fact that she's not moving and she's in quite a lot of pain suggests to us that she probably has some kind of injury.
And whereabouts does it hurt at the moment?
All over my lower
back,
like
from here?
My pelvis kind of area.
Yeah.
And all the way down my legs.
Okay. What do you do for work?
This, ride horses.
Ride horses, oh bless you.
Ella tells us that she's a professional horse rider, so it's concerning that she may have sustained injuries that may stop her being able to work for a prolonged time.
Rachel conducts a primary survey.
Right, I'm going to have a little look at your top to toe. Got any pains in your chest at all? No, and then how does your breathing feel? Fine, all right. I'm just going to feel over your back where I can at the top here first.
This will give her an overview of Ella's injuries.
Apologies about my cold hands as well. Any pain in there anywhere at all? No, good stuff. Just take some nice deep breaths for me. And again. I'm just going to have a feel down your back. Does your neck hurt at all? No. Does that hurt anywhere that I'm pressing, or is it all lower down? Lower down. All right. I'm just going to press over here. There. Okay. Right. And you're feeling normal in your arms and legs? Yeah? So primary survey-wise so far, chest seems fine, nice volume radial, warm, well perfused. It seems like an isolated kind of sacral injury at the moment.
The sacrum is an important part of the pelvis. It forms the back wall and is connected to the hip joints. Injuries in this area can impact mobility.
Ella, how bad's your pain at the moment?
Quite bad.
Quite bad. Shall I get the morphine?
Yeah, I think so. So blood pressure 136/98.
Perfect.
That's a 96, heart rate 90.
Have you had morphine before, Ella?
No.
No. Do you get travel sick?
No.
No. Ben, what I'm going to do, I'll get the binder out.
Yes.
But we'll roll her onto it, but we'll only tighten it if we're worried, because although she's got pain, she's hemodynamically nice and stable at the moment.
There's lots of major blood vessels that run through the pelvis, so if you break your pelvis, it can cause significant bleeding. Although in Ella at the moment, her blood pressure and her heart rate are nice and normal, so we're reassured that she's not bleeding significantly.
Good work.
There we go. Give it a quick flush. That seems to be working. Right, I'm going to put your hand down there. I'm going to give you a little bit of morphine, okay? So this takes a few minutes to kick in.
then it can start feeling quite nice.
With pain relief administered, they can now move Ella off the ground.
You let us do the work. Right.
I'll hold that. Excellent.
Okay, you ready? Yeah. Is
Okay.
everybody else ready?
Yeah, I'm holding her leg.
Okay. So we're going to go on roll. Ready, steady, roll. Well done, lovely. Good job. Good job.
Well done.
Getting Ella onto the scoop is a job for the whole crew, including the pilots.
This is the worst bit. All right.
Good work. Well
Feel
done.
cold, hold up.
That's it, straightening legs out.
The pilots are great at getting stuck in. They know a lot of the kit as well, if not better than we do, so they're always happy to lend a hand when it's needed. Where's that hurting? Your back? Your lower back? All right, back. Sorry, darling. You're doing a really good job, okay? Until we know what injuries a patient has, it's always important that we assume the worst and act with maximum caution to protect them as far as possible.
Good work. And if we can do the top, sorry, we'll. There we go.
Perfect.
And back
right,
down.
and back. So pelvis feels nice and symmetrical, Ben, so I'm not too
Okay.
worried. There we go.
There you go.
There we go. Right, and you can feel me touching your feet, okay?
You can feel Rachel touching your feet.
Yeah, and wiggle your toes for me. Star.
Apologies.
Right, let's get you covered up on here.
With no landing facility at her local hospital, Ella will be flown 23 miles to the John Radcliffe in Oxford.
Okay, on lift, ready, brace, lift. And lower.
Sorry, you're going to get wrapped up like a cocoon. You'll be freezing now, and in about 10 minutes you'll be complaining you're too hot.
Everyone happy?
Yeah.
On lift, ready, brace, lift. You all right? It's like the horse. Sit there.
Yeah, over.
You all right?
Yeah.
Stop there. Go for it, peel off.
You peel off. Okay, on move, ready, brace, move.
Good.
You all right? We'll get you out of this wind, I promise. How's that pain? Is it still bad? Yeah? Well, when we get you on, we'll get you some more morphine, all right? There we go. And we're in.
Are we all clear left? And you are good to the right, ladies over there. She's well clear. We're all good in the back. And you are in the air. Right, 99%, that's 100 feet. 5-5, we've lifted from scene.
My 5 Alpha Benson, pressure message.
Okay, visual with the hospital on the nose. It's looking very nice. Very clear on the right.
100. 50. 40.
And exit just straight out the front there, isn't it?
10.
Okay, so forward. And landing off. Okay, guys, you are clear to unstrap.
Autopilot.
Okay, so open the doors, stay within the distance. Echo Alpha, Helimed 55 on the pad at John Radcliffe.
Lovely lady is nice and stable when she's awake, so we should just be able to slide her out onto the trolley and go from there.
We'll try and go nice and slow, all right? Cool.
On yours.
Okay, happy, on slide, ready, brace, slide.
Stop.
Okay, and we'll go the whole way if everyone's happy.
Yeah.
On slide, ready, brace, and slide.
I like that, Rachel. That looks good.
Ella will go straight to the emergency department, where doctors will be able to x-ray her pelvis and back to determine the extent of her injury. Essex and Hert's Air Ambulance is based at North Weald Airfield in Epping. It's Thursday morning, and Dr. Seb Clark is leading a role-play training session.
Phone call comes in, there's a 54-year-old chest pain collapse at the airport, Stansted.
He's putting Dr. Charlotte Ashworth and critical care paramedic Chris Eagle through their paces in the charity state-of-the-art simulation suite.
There's a crew here, yeah, I will be the crew.
Okay, so what have we got?
So I've got Sharon, obviously had a witness collapse.
Yeah.
The training that we do in between jobs is extremely varied, and that's because the types of cases we get are extremely varied.
I think we need to prioritise 500 mics of atropine, but I think we should get the pads on this lady and also get a 12-lead ECG.
The simulation room has a projector that projects 270 degrees onto walls, so we are able to project different kinds of scenes and images onto a wall to try and increase that level of realism. Once you've got the 12 lead, what I'll do is I'll migrate over to the defib. And it completely immerses you in that. And so when it comes to that scene for real, we are absolutely at the top of our game.
Oh, let's got going. I'm here, don't worry.
5-5.
Hello. Will you please in Basildon?
Yep. Yeah.
Car versus motorbike, male with an open femur fracture.
OK, mate. No worries. We'll give you an ETA once we're lifted.
The incident is 15 miles southeast of base.
Doors and harness.
Tight lock front right.
Good front left.
And in the rear.
Crew brief.
Your radio's on lifted.
An 11-minute flight to scene.
It is very common for us to attend motorcycle accidents. The injuries that can be sustained by a motorcyclist from a collision with a vehicle are massive. If they are struck by a vehicle, there is nothing to protect them. Their body, despite any protective clothing they're wearing, will take that energy and that will be transferred into injuries.
The grid's giving it as in a school. All right, OK.
Today's pilots are Mark Woodley and Lee Burling.
You see the 3 green patches? That looks like the school field to me, mate.
Ambulance on the main road at the 1 o'clock.
As we come into land, we want to see where the actual job is. And then what we're doing is we're sort of circulating out, looking at a potential landing site.
Actually going to approach to the big field and then hop the fence. That's a big fence, isn't it?
Landing gear.
It's down, I have 3 greens.
Landing on scene is probably where we actually have to work the hardest. Everybody in the aircraft now is part of that crew. All the eyes are looking for possible hazards.
They're in the fence, I've got the bins.
Yeah, the bin looks good this side.
And they're all passing information that they think is important.
There's people on the basketball court now. Those 2 have decided to stay there. If you can gesticulate to get them ready. And going to land on.
20. Nice one, mate.
Safely down on the school's basketball court, a teacher shows them to scene.
How are you, mate? You okay?
Where the land crew are with the patient.
Lost consciousness. So injuries-wise, I think we've got a left chest. He's got a fractured femur on the left-hand side. 10 milligrams of morphine, Danzatron, TXA.
Oh, perfect. 55-year-old Gary was on his way home from work when he collided with a car and was thrown from his bike. An off-duty nurse came to his aid and is stabilising his neck to prevent any further injury.
Gareth, I'm Seb, one of the doctors from the air ambulance. And where are you hurting at the moment?
A leg, chest, down by where your right knee is.
Okay. And you're wearing your helmet, you recall the whole event, do you?
Yeah.
Okay, just have a quick feel of your chest and things. Is that okay, buddy? Yeah, so 2.
That hurts. Oh, yeah, mate, that hurts.
Gary's chest pain could indicate broken ribs.
Can you give your toes a wiggle for me? Good man, and your other ones? Relax for me. Oh! Sorry, buddy. You've got a nasty cut over your left thigh. Yeah. I'm worried that the bone underneath it's broken, okay?
It takes a lot of force to break a thigh bone, suggesting Gary's collision with the car was high impact.
What we're going to have to do is we're going to give you some sedation and put you in a more comfortable position, okay?
Yes, right, yeah.
The femur is packed with blood vessels and nerves, so it can be very painful when it's broken.
Chris, do you want to come together for a little plan? Is that all right? Yeah. Femur has gone on this side and has got a big open wound. So I think treatment priorities, if we can, is find a KTD with sedation, if you're happy with that.
Okay, so he's empty.
Empty pulse means Gary requires treatment in a hospital with a major trauma unit. Before they can address such painful injuries, the crew must give Gary sedation.
We're going to give you a little bit of a trip, mate, OK? We're going to give you some really strong medication, because what we want to do, we want to get your leg in a comfortable place, all right? It's going to feel a bit like a very, very nice dream. Ketamine is a very powerful drug, and it needs to be a trained clinician that gives it, because there are side effects: nausea, dizziness, vomiting, laryngospasm, which is where the vocal cords shut off and essentially shut off your airway. Right here? Yep, watching.
The drugs take effect almost immediately.
Oh, it's all going to fix up now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, don't worry, you'll feel a bit weird, don't you worry.
We're with you?
Okay.
Safe, okay?
Patients react differently to ketamine.
Some people have an out-of-body experience and quite enjoy it. Other patients, it can be quite distressing, and when they wake up, they can be quite agitated and upset. So I like to keep the scene calm and quiet.
The team work quickly to get him off the ground.
1, 2, 3.
Allowing them to apply a pelvic binder.
This is essentially a tight belt, brings the pelvis back into alignment, will hopefully stop any bleeding and will reduce any pain. How are we doing on the airway, mate?
It's good, he's having a little chat. I think he's all right. You're all right to go in the...
A Kendrick traction device is also applied. This will provide tension to Gary's broken femur to hold it in a more anatomically correct position.
Good man, okay.
So as we are now, if we come in by hips, watching his chest, would hopefully get a 6-man lift. Gary's 6'2", he's well built, and he's a rugby team's dream. So when lifting him from the floor, we need to make sure that we keep ourselves safe, and we also need to make sure that we don't cause any harm to Gary. Yeah. On 3 then. 1, 2, 3. And ready, brace, lower. Great job, well done.
Gary's wound is dressed, and he's given the antibiotic coamoxiclav.
Gary has been lying at the side of the road for quite a while now, and could easily have been in contact with dirt, oil, any sort of bugs that can cause a nasty infection and cause real problems in the future.
So let's get moving.
The land ambulance will transfer Gary and the crew to the helicopter.
Ready, brace, lift. There we go.
Should be all right.
Right, into the hover. Your tail is clear to the right, mate.
All clear behind.
It's just a 13-minute flight to the Royal London Hospital in Whitechapel.
Right, 290 on the wind.
Deb, can you switch over the bottle, please, mate, so I can switch this over? I'm just moving around.
For Seb, this is no ordinary shift. He joined the air ambulance on placement a year ago, and today is his last day.
I feel a little bit sad that I'll be leaving, but I've had a great year. I've made some great friends. I've worked with some fantastic colleagues, and hopefully helped a lot of people as well along the way.
Right, I'm visual with the pad now.
Roger that. You've got 21 knots ground speed, 380 feet.
LDP.
LDP.
Well done.
Well done, mate. Fantastic job.
Doors open fine.
You all right, Gary? Yeah, how was that, mate? Watch his left thigh there, where your hand is.
Ready, brace, slide.
Nice. Nice one. Good effort, well done.
Gary will be taken into resus, where the trauma team are on standby to receive him.
Gary is my last patient at EHAD. This is a great job to end on because I feel that we've really made a difference.
There we go. That was it. That was your last carry to the RLH.
I know.
Probably not going to happen on a better day, is it?
No.
The sunset's beautiful and the view is impeccable. It's been an absolute pleasure working with you. Thank you for everything. Well done, mate.
You too.
Let's go home.
The accident happened whilst we were trying to dock. My husband was reversing and I was to get off the boat to tie it up. When I jumped off, I just realised it wasn't going to end well. I felt my foot, when it hit the ground, go under me, and then it just felt really floppy. I saw the bone sticking out of my leg. Pain was quite bad, yeah. When I saw the helicopter arrive, I just felt relief that someone was there to help me.
Well done. Everything's fine.
I remember the doctor holding my hand, and that was really nice.
Well done, Caroline.
Come on. Lena, come. The accident had quite a big impact on my life. I wasn't allowed to weight bear for 9 weeks, so it was quite tough getting around the house, getting out. I feel like it's taken a lifetime to get where I am now. I still can't drive at the moment.
1, 2, 3, lift.
All the people that looked after me that day were absolutely amazing, from my husband and from the people that helped before the air ambulance got there. The air ambulance themselves, they were all very kind and looked after me really well.
Unfortunately, the gin has run out, but you get the drugs instead.
I don't think I'll ever go on another boating holiday again. It was my husband's idea to go on this one. I certainly won't be going again.
The countdown to sweet reliefs here at Channel